In the newspaper when the Chiefs are about to play San Diego Chargers, and it's an article about Rolf Benirschke and his Kicks for Critters, which helps the Endangered Species Program, and every field goal he kicks, money goes there, and his father ran the Endangered Species. If you know the San Diego Zoo, it's one of the most enlightened zoos, taking the cage away from that whole paradigm of the zoo. And I thought, man, that's a really cool dude. And then I read about Leigh Steinberg, so I hooked up and asked if I could work with him, because that struck me immediately as who I wanted to work with. And Leigh, just to fast forward, so Leigh, became the #1 agent with Troy Aikman, Warren Moon, Steve Young, and on, the most famous players. And then he becomes Jerry Maguire, and that scene in Jerry Maguire, when he's made a fool of by his people that were not aligned with his values, so they laugh at him, but he plants his feet and says, this is what it's about, and only one person goes with him. Renee Zellweger says, you had me at hello, and that was all about that we need to do more with this stage. And so, but the interesting thing is, Leigh ends up having an inability to manage that success the first time around, and so he gets into drinking, he gets married, and he loses touch with that. And I had to fire him after 10 years.
You guys know this?
I didn't know that.
Yeah, I had to fire him after 10 years because I was working in the White House Drug Abuse Policy Office, and I had a chance to address the National Conference of Mayors for an hour. I didn't know we were going to get into it, but it's a good story. And he didn't make time, and I wanted to have him be with me on the stage to talk about, because we recorded 20 all-pro athletes, Bruce, all these other guys, really famous athletes in the NFL, anti-drug abuse messages produced for free to go with the National Conference of Mayors, and try to make a difference in terms of making a statement. So I fired him. So the point I'm making is he deteriorated more and more and into alcoholism. He will tell you all this if you ever ask him, in that sort of just frankness and vulnerability and nakedness to where your Achilles heel is, to get past that addiction. And then we reconnect. I never thought ever it would happen, ever. I was so angry at him, so disappointed in him, and he gets sober. And we connected, and we are, this is not just saying it so it's a great thing. We are closer now than we've ever been. He was at my party last night, and I got to introduce him and say, this is the guy that, really embodies that. And he's, because perhaps of that lesson and the pain from that, losing his marriage and just losing so much, losing his fortune, he's so clear about that now. So we love each other at a different level. So it's such a beautiful thing when you can overcome that anger that person wasn't there for you and disappointed you. And then you both grow, because I had to grow too, to a point where you can forgive each other, and we're closer now than we've ever been. We're able to do more good stuff than we've ever been able to. That's such a beautiful thing. And so that's what tomorrow's party is about, is recognizing the executives, the coaches, the current players. Patrick's winning a current player, but obviously he's going to be a little busy probably tomorrow. And former players. He gave me, by the way, quick story. So he gave me a former player award before the Super Bowl 4 years ago, when he had just missed out on going to the Super Bowl, and he's handing it to me. Patrick Mahomes is, as he was supposed to be till tomorrow. Thank God he can't make it tomorrow. And I'm backstage with him.
So if he wasn't in the Super Bowl, he would have been there tomorrow.
Yeah. So instead, he's backstage with me to present this award, and he goes, I go, let's win a Super Bowl. And he goes, let's win a bunch. And so here we